Hello viewers and subscribers of ThunderStruckGaming, my name is Kimbo and I welcome you to the wonderful world of Titanfall. Now I'm not saying that sarcastically like I do with COD when I say welcome to the wonderful world of Call of Duty, because that game, we all know it by now, it's full of BS, and Titanfall is the complete opposite. Such a fun game, calling in a giant Titan, especially when your Titan falls on something, you know, like an enemy pilot or an enemy Titan. So much fun. If you haven't picked it up yet, I suggest you go and do so. Such a great game, well worth the money. I originally thought, yeah, is it really going to be all that great, all that hype? Is it going to be that awesome? But it is. Trust me, it is a fun game. But today I wanted to talk about the DLC for this game, as if you bought the Season Pass, you'll be getting all 3 DLCs. I'm not sure if they're going to be doing it the same as like COD and Battlefield, where you get it a week early or whatever, or if you get it yeah, a week early. That's pretty much the only advantage, and you get it at sort of like a discounted price than if you bought it separately. Anyway, so Titanfall DLC is what we're talking about today, but before I get into that, Thunder, thank you so much for allowing me to post on your channel once again. I say it every time I come on here, fantastic channel, great community on here, and I would recommend this channel to anyone. You know, if you want to come and post on this channel, I would recommend you come and do so. If you're a fellow commentator, I would come and post on this channel. It's very easy to do so. You can just contact Thunder on Twitter, or you can send him a YouTube message. I always contact him on Twitter, as I feel it's a lot easier to do that. Anyway, so Titanfall DLC. These are my own thoughts, and they might necessarily not do them, you know. Unless Respawn is somehow watching this video, they're not going to come over and go, right, we're doing that, you know. So this is just my own thoughts on what I think they should do. There are some crazy things in here, I will admit, but these are just my own thoughts. So we all know the thing that we want in Titanfall is new weapons and game modes. That's probably the most likely thing you will think of. If you listen to any other videos about Titanfall, most people will say new weapons and game modes, because game modes, I believe there's only about 5, maybe 6, including the variety pack. So you got attrition, hardpoint domination, last Titan standing, pilot hunter, and capture the flag, which is what you're seeing in this gameplay here. And this is my first game, by the way. So I'm not so amazing at this game at the moment. This is my first game online. So we want new game modes. We want some new game modes. Maybe like a survival game mode. I know that's completely overdone in a lot of other games like Gears of War, Call of Duty. I can't really think of many more. I always say that whenever I say, oh, it's in loads of other games, I can never think about what those other games are when I've said that, so that is really annoying. But survival mode, I think would be good. They can put their own sort of twist on it, you know, add like those giant alien animal things that you see in one of the maps, and those flying alien things that you see in another map. So they could do their own little twist on the survival mode. Another mode that I would like to be seen in this game, this is my own like created mode if you will, is Escort the Titan. That would be, I think, an awesome mode for them to add in, you know, having a team of 5 pilots escort one pilot who is in a Titan from one location to another, or collecting intel along the way, something like that. You know, they need to be inventive with these game modes. They don't need to just add in game modes that we've seen so many times before in other games, although I did just suggest survival mode, but we need maybe their own little twist on these game modes to make them unique and stand out from other FPS games. In terms of new weapons, me personally, I don't think this game... Well, it would be nice to add more weapons into this game, but at the moment, I think the standard weapons are fine. Although, like I said, would like more weapons into this game, so do whatever you like with weapons. Some people really like the outrageously crazy weapons. Like, I think Bulletstorm is probably the most famous game for its outrageous weaponry. And the same could be applied in Titanfall, but personally, I'm not really that bothered, but I know a lot of people would like new weapons. Camos. More level of personalization. So people have been asking for camos, I think, since the beta. So in terms of like gun camos, but I would like to, again, I'd like to see them can't speak. I'd like to see them go a bit crazy, sorry, with the camos by adding Titan camos. So you can personalize your Titan even more than just the standard Strider, Ogre, and Atlas skins, you know, if you will, change them up a bit. But then they might go into the whole microtransaction thing where you have to buy skins for your Titans. I don't know if they will add that. I think EA said that they will be adding in microtransactions down the line. I don't know if that's true or not. That's just what I've heard, so don't have a rage at me in the comments if it's not true or if it's true. I don't know. But camos, I think, for guns as well as Titans would be a good idea. It would add more in terms of personalization. Maybe even give us different armor parts for our pilots and Titans. You know, that would be a cool idea as well, going even a step further in terms of personalization. Next thing is more Titan chassis. So, you know, we have the standard Atlas, Ogre and Strider, and I think people were hoping for a little bit more in terms of the chassis. I think they were hoping for at least another couple of chassis that we didn't see in the beta, because you could acquire the Ogre and Strider Titan via burn cards. So I think people were expecting more in terms of the chassis. I was as well. I was thinking, wow, you know, this is going to be awesome, this game. There's going to be more chassis, I can try it, but unfortunately there isn't. I would like them to add more chassis. I don't know what they could do. They could literally, again, I'm probably going to say this a lot during this video, but they could go crazy with the Titan chassis. I don't really know what they could do, but they could go absolutely crazy with them. More Titan weapons, so similar to having more weapons for the pilot, I think they need more weapons for the Titans. More outrageous weapons, again, same thing, but more outrageous weapons for the Titan. I don't know, again, they could go crazy. Maybe even Titan melee weapons, you know, giant swords and giant hammers and maybe daggers and stuff, you know, that'd be pretty cool. Something different. I think it'd be pretty cool. They don't even have to be weapons that you actually get out and use. They could just be the melee, you know, when you click in a button, you know, the melee animation that you do. It could just be on that. That'd be just as cool. Alright, going into maps. Now, I think maps, personally, I think there's a lot of great maps in this game already. I believe there's like 15 maps anyway. So, fantastic maps. But maybe they could go underwater maps, sky maps, you know, have a giant air carrier thing in the sky and your Titan falling over and stuff like that, falling off the map. That'd be pretty cool. I don't know, so that's my thoughts on DLC. Again, these are things they could implement. They're not too outrageous, as I said at the start, because I haven't really got that much time to continue with this gameplay, as it's only a short gameplay. So thank you so much for watching. If you guys like to come and check out my channel, I'm pretty sure there'll be a description. There'll be a channel link, sorry, in the description below. There'll be a description channel link below. Oh my god. There'll be a channel link in the description below, so if you'd like to come and check out my channel, please do so. Also, leave a like and a subscribe for Thunder on this channel. He is just incredible for doing this community channel. One of the best, if not the best community channel there is that I know of. So thank you so much for watching. I have, of course, been BroxKimbo, and I'll see y'all later. Goodbye.